Hey everybody, and thank you for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. Now you may be wondering why I have an empty glass in front of myself, and that's because this is going to be the first of a new segment I'm going to be doing on quick sample reviews that I've been talking about for a while. I've been wanting to do this. You see we got a couple boxes here full of samples in front of me, and I'll see if I can show you these. But those are all sample bottles, each one's a different whiskey, and they're made up of whiskeys that have been provided by distilleries. If they provide just like a 50 ml sample, I put it in one of these bottles so I can do it for review in this format. A few of these are whiskeys that I've swapped back and forth with other people out there in the whiskey world, and most of them are whiskeys that I've reviewed in the past, and I've put them in one of these sample bottles at somewhere in the 3 to 4 month old range after the bottle was opened, so that way I can do a re-review and we can kind of see where the whiskey's sitting at. Now, this video may run a little bit longer than I would like these videos to normally run, but I'm going to try to keep these short. Just real quick sample reviews, kind of give you an update on some of the older whiskeys we've reviewed, and do a quick review of some of the other whiskeys that have been sent to me. So, if I've reviewed this whiskey before, I will link the original review right up here so you guys can check that one out if you'd like to before you see this review. But without further ado, the way we're going to do this one is we're going to, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this on my phone, but I've got the random number generator on my phone. I've got 22 samples over here in front of me. We're going to generate a number. It came up with number 1. So let me see if you guys can see that. I don't know if you can. We'll figure this whole process out as we go, but for this review, hopefully you can see this, and it came out with sample number 1. Now these samples have been all randomized. I have no clue what's what. I'm going to cover up the label of what it is. We're going to open it up, pour ourselves a little bit of whiskey here, maybe a little bit more, spill a little bit as per the norm. That's one thing I think we need to talk about in a video is why do they not make whiskey bottles so that when they're full and you're pouring them, they don't drip and spill? But that's another topic for another day. Let's get into this whiskey. I mean, up front, very fruity, light fruits, the apple, the pear. Doesn't feel like it's too high proof. I'm not getting too much burn on the nose, and I'm getting my nose pretty far in there. A touch of like the deeper, like brown sugar kind of character, but not much. A little bit light. Predominantly fruity, maybe a touch of like a nuttiness on the back end, but I'm having a hard time picking up other characters. But let's get into the taste. Cheers. Very fruity on the front. Like I described, those light fruits. As it goes over the palate, definitely develops these spicy characters, baking spices, cinnamon. Gets a little bitter tang to it. Has almost like a menthol-like quality. Has this cooling effect in your tongue. I wouldn't quite call it minty, but there's definitely something like that in there. Let's get another taste. Yeah, whatever it is, it's good. I would say it's definitely got a bit, I'm feeling like it's got a higher rye content. Again, the fruity flavors, lots of rye spices, good complexity, good balance here. Not too high a proof. I mean, I'm feeling like we're maybe in the 90 proof range, maybe a touch higher, maybe 90 to 95. Got a good warming feel on the tongue, but nothing too crazy. I like it. I mean, I can't say that it reminds me of something I've reviewed before, so maybe this is a whiskey we haven't tried yet. But I think it's really good. I'd love to drink more of it. So I'm hoping I'm going to be finishing this sample after we shut off this review. I don't know how we should do this in terms of ratings. I mean, this is a quick review. I'm going to be doing some quick stuff with these normally. So I'm going to try to keep these reviews to like 5-6 minutes. So we'll give it a rating for now. And for some reason, I'm feeling like that's not working out. We'll change it in the future. But for me, this is really good. God, I hate to give it such a good rating with such a quick review, but I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I love the flavor profile, the complexity, the balance on it. So I'm going to say this is a 89. Like, I really like this. I really like the flavors on it. So let's find out what it is. This is, oh, interesting. This is Heaven's Door Tennessee Bourbon. So Again, I don't know how to really do these reviews in terms of if we should talk about the whiskey so much. On the ones that like this was provided by the distillery, and I definitely want to talk about it in that instance. So if you don't know, a little background on Heaven's Door, this company that decided to make these spirits teamed up with Bob Dylan. All right, so I wanted to go grab the bottle so you guys could take a look, because this is actually a cool thing. Like I said, they teamed up with Bob Dylan, and Bob Dylan apparently took some classes or whatever, learned how to weld, and he's been welding these very ornate wrought iron gates. And so they've kind of used those to theme their different whiskey bottles. So if you can see this, and I'm sure you can't see it well, but I will put the picture of it, a close-up picture of it for you guys in the review. The front of the bottles are all of actual gates that Bob Dylan's made. So it's actually pretty cool. Now, it's another one of those kitschy things where they've tied themselves to a celebrity to kind of help push the whiskey, but in this case, I think it's kind of a cool idea. The whiskey's actually really good, and this is the first time I've tried it, and I think it's fantastic. So I'm curious to see how this goes in the future, but they did a really good job with this whiskey. So I'm very happy to have reviewed it for you. I'm very glad it did well, and I can't wait to review this. This is the bottle for the rye whiskey, so I can't wait to do the rye whiskey in the future. So anyways, guys, if you've tried the Heaven's Door, let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of the format for the sample reviews. I'd love to hear your notes, because I'm definitely going to be tweaking and changing this thing as we go. So anyways, thanks for watching. You can always follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blind_reviews. And until next time, cheers.